In today's video, we will continue our search for the best entry signal indicator, so if you haven't seen the first part of this series, first check out that video and then come back to this part 2 video. Hello everyone, welcome back to TradeSmart, let's get right into it. First, I will explain how we are going to do the entry signal comparison in a fair way. Then I will explain what we consider as a buy and a sell signal for each new entry signal indicator. After that, I will share the results and show you how you can get access to the script we made for this comparison. In the comment section of the first entry signal comparison video, you have suggested a lot of new entry signal indicators that is worth testing out. So I went over all of them and chose the ones I liked. Just like in the first entry signal video, we will test 13 new entry signal types to see if any of them outperforms the first comparison's winner. To make the comparison easier, I asked David or PineScript Coder to make a strategy script just like what you have seen in the first part. This way we can test out how each entry signal performs with just a few clicks. To make the comparison as fair as possible, we are going to backtest all the 13 entry signal indicators separately on 7 different assets, 3 timeframes, with 3 different risk bases and 3 different risk-to-reward ratios. Besides that, we are also going to retest the first comparison video's 13 entry signal indicator, as since then new candle data has become available. As you might have guessed, this backtest would have taken a lot of time to complete even with the usage of strategy scripts. So I asked Adam or Optimizations Coder to write a code for gathering all the necessary backtest data automatically. And now let me explain the entry rules for all the 13 entry signal indicator. The first new indicator is going to be the CCI or Commodity Channel Index. To get this indicator, open up your Indicators tab and type in CCI. Once you add it to your chart, it should look something like this. The entry rules, as with all the upcoming indicators, are very simple. For a long entry, we need to see the CCI crossing above the -100 line from below. For a short entry, we want to see the opposite, so we need the CCI to cross below the 100 line from above. The second entry signal indicator is going to be the TDI or Traders Dynamic Index. Once you have it on your chart, you can see a highlighted red and green line in the middle. This will give us our entry signals. Once the line turns from red to green, we have a long entry signal. If the opposite happens, so the line turns from green to red, we have a short signal. The next entry signal indicator is going to be the half trend. The half trend has a middle baseline and a dotted upper and lower line. Besides that, you can see blue and red arrows printed on the chart. These arrows are going to be our entry signals. For long entry, you need to see a blue arrow. Therefore, a red arrow means a short entry. Moving on, we have the range filter. To get this indicator on your chart, just type in range filter and click on range filter buy and sell 5 minutes. As you can see, this indicator prints buy and sell signals, so it doesn't need much explanation. When the buy signal prints, it's a signal to go long, and when the sell signal prints, it's time to go short. The fifth entry signal indicator is going to be the DSS Bressert or Double Smoothed Stochastic Bressert. As you can see, this indicator has 2 fixed level lines and 2 oscillating lines. A long entry signal will be when the blue line crosses above the red line from below. Therefore, a short entry signal is when the blue line crosses below the red line from above. With this indicator, we could further limit the entry signals by only entering long if the cross-up happens under the red fixed level line, or only entering into a short if the cross-down happens above the green line. But with this comparison, we are just testing the simplest entry signals. With the script, you will be able to further filter entry signals. Going on, the next entry signal indicator is the Hull Suite. This indicator has a color-changing baseline. A long entry signal is valid when the color of the line switched from red to green and has been green between the current and the last candle. This rule is used because of the one candle repaint nature of this indicator. For a short position, we need to see the line switching from green to red. The next indicator is the Adler-Fischer transform. This indicator has a red and green line. A long signal appears when the green line crosses above the red line, therefore a short signal appears when the green line crosses under the red line. The following entry signal indicator is the Darvas box buy-sell indicator. A few videos prior, I made a detailed video of the Darvas box strategy. If you want to check that out, click on the pop-up in the top right corner, or you can find the Darvas box strategy video linked down in the description. This is another simple entry signal indicator. Once a buy signal appears on the chart, we have a long entry signal, and the sell signal means a short entry signal. We have only 5 entry signal indicators left, so bear with me. The next one is the DD index. The DD index also has red and green lines. Once the green line moves above the red one, we have a buy signal, and the short signal is when the green line goes under the red line. We arrive to the Madrid oscillator. This one consists of one baseline, which changes color between green and red. Once the Madrid moving average turns green from red, we have a long signal. Therefore, when it turns from green to red, it is considered as a short signal. Moving on, we have the no sure thing. This indicator is made up of two lines. Once the green line crosses above the red one, we enter into a long, and when the green crosses under the red line, we enter into a short. Next one is the SSL hybrid. This indicator is one of the most complex one out of today's indicators. You have a wide variety of options to customize, but we will use it as simply as possible. Therefore, a long entry is valid if the line has switched to blue and the color of the line between the current and the last candle is also blue. A short signal is printed when the baseline has turned to pink and the line's color is pink between the current and the last candle. Previously, we have used this indicator to build one of the most complex premium TradingView strategy scripts we have, the SSL plus Wave Trend 7 indicator strategy. If you are interested in the premium version, check out the second free script release video, visit our Patreon page and become a Smart Trader tier member. You can also get access to a simplified free version of this script if you check out that video. And finally, we reached the last entry signal indicator, which is the trend meter. This indicator is a very useful and complex indicator. Once you have it on your chart, you will see red and green dots and two lines at the bottom. If you see 4 green dots and the bottom 2 lines have a green color between the current and the last candle, you can take a long position. Once the opposite happens, so you see 4 red dots and the 2 lines have a red color between the current and the last candle, you can enter into a short position. My last video is made about the trading strategy using this indicator. The strategy itself had decent results, so if you are interested in that, you can find the video linked down in the description. Okay, we went over all the entry signal indicators. Now let me show you how we are going to backtest each of them. Using the new strategy script, I will backtest on 7 different assets, which are the Bitcoin USDT, Algo USDT, Euro USD, GBP JPY, the US 30 index, Nvidia, and the XA USD, which is the ticker for gold versus US dollar index. I will use 3 different timeframes, the 15-minute, the 30-minute, and the 1-hour charts. The basic stop loss take profit setup for this backtest will be the usual ATR based distance from the entry level. I will test a 1x ATR, 2x ATR and a 3x ATR base risk, and I will also try out a 1-to-1, a 1-to-2 and a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio and do the backtest on all the 13 new entry signal indicators. If we do the math, this brings us to a total of 2,457 combinations. Besides that, I will retest all the entry signal indicators presented in the first entry signal indicator comparison video. So in total, this brings us to 4,914 combinations. The code that Adam wrote to complete all the backtest will save the number of winning and losing trades, and from those values, the Excel sheet I have already shown you in the first part will calculate all the necessary values we need, like win rate, net profit, profit factor, and so on. To make the comparison fair, I will use the profit after 100 trades ranking to find the most reliable entry signal indicator. The reason for that is that there will be different number of trades for each entry signal indicators, as some of them gives entry signals quite frequently while others don't. Therefore, we can compare the performance in a fair way based on only the net profit. So after we got all the results, I will project each result to 100 trades based on their win rate. And now, without further to say, let's see the backtest.
Many hours later.
And the results are in. If you like my content, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. After backtesting all the 4,900 combinations, the absolute top best performing setup according to profit after 100 trades is the CCI or the Commodity Channel Index with 44% net profit, risking 1% per trade. This backtest was performed on the 15-minute chart on the Algo USDT pair with a 3x ATR risk base and a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio. As you can see, all the top results was achieved by the usage of a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio and a 3x ATR base risk. So it is very likely that we could have achieved better results with an even bigger risk to reward ratio and the risk base. I will leave it up to you to find out using the script if there's a better risk to reward ratio and the risk base. Of course, as I said in the first entry signal video, it is not fair to decide which is the most reliable entry signal indicator based on only one result. So I have made a scoring system which takes into account all the different assets and timeframes. The scoring system works as follows. We will take the 5 best results of each asset and timeframe combination. Then, within each group, the first place winner will get 5 points, the second place winner 4 points, the third 3 points, and so on. Besides that, I gave 1 extra point for each placement and entry signal indicator achieved. So as a quick example, let's say the CCI was the first place winner on the 15-minute Bitcoin USDT chart. In this case, the CCI will get 5 points for being the first place winner and an additional 1 point for being in the top 5 results. So in total, the CCI gets 6 points. But let's say if the Kyrie relative index takes the third and the fourth place, the Kyrie will get 3 points for the third placement, 2 points for the fourth placement, and 2 extra points for being in the top 5 results 2 times. This gives a total of 7 points for the Kyrie relative index, beating the CCI indicator with just 1 point. I did the calculations on all the 21 different asset and timeframe combination, and you can see the final results here. According to the scoring system I just showed you, the best entry signal indicator is the 89 length Kyrie relative index with 57 points. The second place winner is the super trend with 34 points, and the third place winner is the squeeze momentum indicator with 29 points. The fourth place was taken by the no sure thing, the QQE mod, and the trend meter with the same points, 27. And finally, the fifth place winner is the double smoothie stochastic bracelet with 25 points. As you can see, none of the new entry signals presented in today's video took any of the first 3 places, only the 4th and the 5th. So in total, the best entry signal indicator is still the 89 length Kyrie relative index. Now let me show you which was the best entry signal indicator on different assets and on different time frames, and finally some bonus stats. I based the ranking the same way as I explained before, so I went over the top 5 results of each asset timeframe combination. The best entry signal indicator on the Bitcoin USDT pair was the QQE, on the Algo USDT pair the SSL hybrid, on the Euro USD pair the stochastic RSI, on the GBP JPY the no sure thing, on the US 30 index the super trend, on Nvidia the trend meter, and finally on the Gold USD index the Kyrie relative index with 89 length. As you can see, the competition winner, the Kyrie relative index, was only first once, but on 4 other pairs it took the second place. This shows that although the Kyrie is not always the best performing one, it is still the most reliable, as this indicator appears the most on this table. Now let's see the best entry signal indicators on different time frames. Here I use the same ranking system as before. According to this ranking system, on the 15-minute time frame, the double smoothie stochastic bracelet performed the best. On the 30-minute and on the 1-hour chart, the Kyrie relative index was the winner. Finally, let's see some bonus stats. I was interested in which asset, which time frame, and which risk-based and risk-to-reward ratio combination gave the best results. So I took a look on the top 20 results and found that Nvidia was the best asset to trade. The 15-minute chart gave the best results, and the 3x ATR risk base with a 1:3 risk-to-reward ratio performed the best. I was also curious which entry signal indicator gives the most and the least frequent signals. I found that the stochastic RSI has the most signals and the Kyrie relative index has the least signals. Now for those who want to try out the script, let me show you how it works and how you can get access. I won't explain every filter and option it has, just the new ones and the most important ones. If you want to know more about the functions, check out the 3rd script release video. Okay, once you open up the multi-entry Part 2 premium script, on the top you can find all the 13 different entry signals. If you want the strategy to use a specific entry signal indicator, you just have to tick the box next to it. With this script, you can also use not only one, but as many entry signal indicators at the same time as you want. So, if you let's say check both the commodity channel index and the trader's dynamic index, the strategy will only enter into a position if both of these indicators gives a buy or a sell signal on the same candle. This can increase the accuracy of the entry signal indicators even when you combine the best performing ones. Using more than one entry signal at the same time comes with a lower number of trades. To solve this problem, we made an entry signal tolerance section. With the use of entry signal tolerances, the strategy will still enter into a position if there are a few candle differences between the chosen entry signals. So, if you let's say use the commodity channel index and the trader's dynamic index and set the candle lookback of these indicators to 3, the strategy will still make an entry if there's a 3 candle difference between the entry signals. Below the entry signal tolerances, you can set up your position exit method, so your stop loss and take profit levels. Here you can find a brand new function which we just added, and that is the forced exit after X number of candles option. This function lets you choose after how many candles from the entry signal you want to exit. So, for example, if I set this to 3, then the strategy will always exit the position after 3 candles starting from the entry candle. With this function, you can find out how the price reacts to an entry signal after the first few candles, or you can limit how long you want to be in a position. Under this section, you can set up different trailing stop losses and position sizing rules. There are also a lot of other filters which I showed you in my previous videos, like the Keltner channel, Bollinger Bands, abnormal movement, RSI, momentum, trend, sessions, and many other filters. If you want to get access to this premium script, you can do that by becoming one of the Smart Trader tier members on our Patreon page. Links down in the description, or just click the pop-up on the top right corner. By becoming a Smart Trader tier member, you will also get access to all of our currently available and future premium scripts, optimizations, and to the TradeSmart Discord server. In this Discord server, you can chat with me, the other TradeSmart team members, or with the other Smart Trader tier members. To continue this series, I also plan to do an exit signal indicator, trailing stop loss indicator, and filter indicator comparison videos. So, if you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comment section. And that wraps up today's video. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my upcoming videos. As always, thank you all for watching, have an amazing day, and see you in the next video.